All right, I'm back here with Jamie and Nick. Guys, let's talk about the announcement of this. We did it together back at the Game Awards in 2019, which was a big moment, and it looked great. But I know at the time, you guys had really put that together. There wasn't a game at all, right? That was really just sort of like almost a teaser asset made specifically for the show, right?
It was. We were very much in pre-production, and we
Yeah.
were trying to stand the company back up. But we also wanted to let our fans know that we were back and that Wolf was coming. So we put that together specifically for the
Yeah.
show as a teaser for it.
No, I know that's why people were like, "Oh, can't we see the game?" It's like I think that's all that exists there. But coming out of that, so what has happened in the past 2 years? I think fans, have nervously been hoping to, see more on it. And I know we've been talking over the years, and it's taken you guys a couple of years to get to this point. What has that journey been like?
Well, we had quite a bit of work to do to stand the company back up and
Yeah.
just get the basic things back in place. But most of the time, the creative team's been in pre-production on Wolf Among Us 2.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of time, fortunately, on this to kind of really focus on the story and the creative and make sure that, we're set up for success here. And, I can't really overstate how important that was for this. I think, sort of Telltale Games Pass and Wolf 1 were kind of, laying the train track as the train's going. And now we're able to kind of look at the whole season and really be, do it justice and make sure that we're happy with what we have before we hit.
So you have the whole 5 episodes.
Oh, yeah,
How-
yeah, yeah.
How many
It's all-
episodes? Do we know how many episodes we get?
We get 5 episodes.
Okay, I don't-
Let's go first. All right, cool. So you sort of you've thought through the arc of the 5.
Yeah,
and
how
you
it
kinda know that
honestly
gap.
how
Yeah.
it should be done. So, I mean, but we have everything figured out now, and now it's just about executing, and that's where we're at right now.
And we saw, in the trailer 2023, so you're calling the ball for next year, not this year with it. Where are you at right now in development?
Well, we're in production. We're actively doing motion capture shoots and putting together the game. And we haven't named a date in 2023 yet because we'll ship it when it's right instead of when we need to.
No, but it's nice it feels like, you've got the stories outlined, as you said. Now it's really just sort of piecing that all together and figuring out the cadence. And has there been a lot of iteration or rewriting, or what's the process been like?
Yeah, a little bit, but really it's like because we've had the scripts for so long, we've been able to look at it. And our games, since they're so focused on the story and the characters, we're able to kind of play test it with a script. It's not like you necessarily need to have everything, in visual form. Although that's obviously going to be another stage of this. But we're happy with what we have, and we're now just at the point where we just got to make it, put it on the screen.
And being episodic, I know one of the things that I guess sometimes was an advantage back in the day was like you could take feedback from people on one episode and inform the next one, right, with the story or whatever. You're still planning to do this as episodes, but more compressed, all together, right?
Yeah, we'll release episodically, but we'll be done with all the episodes before we release the first one. So there'll be a regular cadence. We're really after, giving the audience the water cooler moments where they can discuss what happened last week or the week prior and anticipate what's coming in the next episode.
Interesting. This is interesting when you say you're going to effectively have them all finished and then release them out there. So what does that mean, Nick, in terms of cadence? Is that sounds like you're talking about number of weeks, sort of streaming shows that they'll come out?
I think so, yeah. I don't know if we have it exactly nailed down just yet, but I think iteration was always key at Telltale to make these things work. So we're just taking that iteration and bringing it, internal instead of sort of blasting it out to everyone. We kind of sort of take that process and just put it in a space where we can, make sure the quality is reliable and we still get the feedback from our fans.
I love that though as a true season, as you said, water cooler wise, hey, here's a couple months where we're going to get to play all this together as a community and enjoy it. One other thing we should talk about is last year at the Game Awards, we announced another Telltale project that you're working on, Expanse. And, I'm sure some fans are like, is that going to impact, the development of Wolf Among Us? Can you maybe outline sort of that's a different team, right, that's working on that, but Telltale is still at the core of it. How are you managing the development of those two things?
So we really, when we wanted to restart Telltale, creative empowerment was central to what we wanted to have as a pillar for the company. And so Nick and the team at Ad Hoc are leading the creative efforts on Wolf Among Us 2, but we've partnered with Deck9. We're all fans of the Life is Strange series. And so they're doing the Expanse game. So it's a separate team. It's really allowing a new creative voice to tell a Telltale story.
Yeah, well, it's great that you have both these things, and I'm sure many other things kind of percolating around Telltale and bringing awesome stories to life. I mean, I grew up loving adventure games. That's really what got me into the industry, and the fact that you guys have carrying that torch forward for so many years, and now in this new world with all this amazing technology, and the trailer looks incredible. So we can't wait to play it next year, right?
Just a little bit longer.
A little longer.
All right. Well, thanks guys so much for giving us a first look at The Wolf Among Us Season 2. We cannot wait to play this in 2023. Good luck in the final stretches of development here. Anything else to add before we wrap this up?
Yeah, two things really. One,
Okay.
we really wanted to say thank you to our fans and the community, and for the support that we've enjoyed in getting this far along. We can't wait to share Wolf Among Us Season 2 with you.
Yeah.
And then we have a piece of key art that we're going to drop that shows Big B maybe split between the two worlds that he has to live in. And you'll be able to find that on Telltale's social channels shortly after this.
All right. Well, we've got key art, we've got a trailer, we've got a date. Things are moving in the right direction for Wolf Among Us 2. And thank you guys. I know how hard it is still to make games, work from home, and with the pandemic and everything. So the fact that you guys have pulled this together, I know we're all just waiting with great anticipation for 2023 to play it. So thanks,
too.
guys. Awesome stuff. All right. Well, while we've been talking about the long-awaited sequel to The Wolf Among Us, the Fables comics it's based upon is also making a return. In case you missed it, Fables 151 continues the series this May, 20 years after the first issue hit stands. So be sure to keep an eye out for that as well. Thanks so much for joining us today to learn more about The Wolf Among Us 2. There is much more to be done before the game is ready to launch in 2023. I know that I'm looking forward to seeing more later this year. Once again, here's the first official trailer built entirely in-game, giving us our first takes of The Wolf Among Us Season 2.